think is more dangerous to the country, drag or guns?
Drag, for sure.
How come?
It's poisoning the youth. That's what's going to run our country. It's scary.
But
Guns is my right. I know how to handle them. I've taken training. I've raised my kids. Guns are our primary. It's our right, our Second Amendment right that I refuse to give up, and many of our people refuse to give up.
not even just talking about, I'm just talking about the danger. You talked about how it's poisoning our kids.
From law-abiding citizens, and the thugs and the criminals are still going to have their guns. I want to be able to protect myself from a thug or a criminal. I want to protect, if I'm in a school visiting my grandkids and there's a shooting, I want to be able to pull out and stop.
But you just said it, if there's a school shooting, as far as I can tell, people haven't died from drag, and that's why I asked the question.
Look at the transvestite that went in and did the school shooting. Come on, it's a mental health, it's mental health is what it is. The mental health and, the books that are in our schools. So many things have got to change in our country, and Trump is making the change, and he's my president, and Biden, he don't even acknowledge in my brain as president.
What's a bigger problem for America, do you think, drag or guns?
Drag.
And why is that?
I would not want my kids to be anywhere around drag.
But what about guns and people, buying them and assault weapons and all the death it causes versus drag, which, let's face it, not a lot of people die from drag?
Well, then I think that's how people get mentally ill with all the drag stuff that's going on. Weapons are not going to walk out of the house and kill people. People do it.
So following that logic, drag would make people sort of sick in the head and lead them to get a gun and do something.
I believe so, yes.
I believe that people should express themselves how they want, but in the privacy of their own homes. I don't believe that they should push it on to people. And for the question about guns, I believe that we should kind of stick to the Second Amendment.
I feel like putting the wrong thing on kids, especially how they're doing it nowadays, how they put it out as, it's an option, and then they really say like this is how you're supposed to be, rather than whether it's like, well, you can fall into this category and be this kind of person. It's kind of crazy now how they're pushing it on them, rather than just putting it out there as like, you can act this way if you want to.
Do you see drag, not gender issues, not pronouns, not that, drag as more dangerous than guns in the country?
I don't think it's dangerous, but it's
Son just gave an what was the
well, so I would say because I think this happened a while ago back in Texas, where they actually had drag queen shows, but kids were able to go to them, and
right.
When you start bringing kids into the thing where they don't know reality and they don't know fiction, where they believe in Santa and Santa's not real, but
wait a second, what?
But this is probably going more into the gender issue, but I feel like drag, it's fine, you can do that on your own, but when you start bringing kids into this thing where it's kind of a little bit more provocative, and now they're like kind of dressing, in these types of ways, it's not really okay for children to be around those things.
And you go to school every day. Would you feel safer if a drag queen walked in to read a book, or if you knew that somebody had a gun in your school?
Well, I think because I go to a private school, so we have a Marine there, ex-Marine that carries a gun, and we have safety precautions. So I would say someone with a gun, I would feel safer because they are protecting the children in the school, and it would be less likely for a shooter to happen there.
But when we think about guns, yes, Democrats want to take away guns. They've been at that for a long time. But when I think about drag, it's more the ideology behind it. Even like with biological men who want to participate in women's sports, if we start to okay things like that, where do we stop? And so when you talk about even kind of going against the status quo and that kind of stuff, I just think if we allow this sort of stuff, we set a precedent, that, you know, we start here, the longer it goes, the more drastic it can get, the more out of control it can get, and where do you draw the line, where do you stop? So.